Hi Stitchy friends! Welcome to Cross My Stitches. My name is Jackie and welcome to Arizona. I would love to be able to show you where I'm sitting right now, but it is so beating down sun right now that I cannot video in the sun at all. I've tried several times and I don't have enough shade unless I'm sitting up against the RV, so that's my backdrop right now is the motorhome, so I apologize for that. But it is a beautiful sunny day here in Arizona. It is low 70s. I believe today is the 6th. It's Sunday, October 6th, 2019. And I don't know what flosstube number this is, so I guess I will post that at the beginning and we'll worry about that later. So I do have a finish. I'm glad to show it to you. In fact, I filmed my finish at the Grand Canyon. So I am going to post that video of my finish here. Hi Stitchy friends, it's Jackie from Cross My Stitches and we are at the Grand Canyon. As you can see behind me, it is, I'm going to tilt up, it is absolutely gorgeous. If you ever get a chance to be in Arizona, don't miss the Grand Canyon because it is absolutely spectacular. And I have to tell you, we're at the, I think it's the 5th of October, the 4th of October, is it the 4th? It's Friday, and it is beautiful, beautiful weather. I'm going to try to turn here. Here we go. And you can see all of the canyon. It is just gorgeous. There's my husband, Randy. And we are loving it out here today. So, while I'm out here at the Grand Canyon, I am going to share, hold on a second, I'm going to take another step to get my balance back. I am going to share my FFO, what I finished. So I did finish, hold that for a minute, the fabric. I did finish my Blissfully Unaware from Hands On Design. It is very windy right now. There it is. And you can take that for me. No, I gotta plaster it right on me is what I'm gonna do. And you can see it right there. Can you see that? There it is. There it is. It's all finished. So happy to have that done. It came out gorgeous. I'll get it finished FFO'd this weekend and I will share it on the video, but I just wanted to show you guys some of the Grand Canyon. I'll be shooting several videos and piecing them together, but it is just beautiful. I think it's like in the 60s today. And just an awesome time to come and visit the Grand Canyon. This is our second time together at the Grand Canyon. We came 3 years ago in October again and knew it was the perfect weather to visit this beautiful place. So I will catch up with you here in a little bit. And as you can see, I had a beautiful view of the Grand Canyon and I wanted to share my cross stitching there, but I'll show it again here. So here is Hands On Designs, Blissfully Unaware. And here is my finish. Oh, it is windy. So if I have something to hold it, hold on. It is windy, windy, windy. There it is. I am so happy with this. It looks so wonderful. Hopefully I'll be able to get this FFO'd. I know in the video I said I had an FFO, I had an FO. It's not been OF'd yet, right? Fully finished yet. So it is come out just beautiful. I did use some different colors than the pattern called for. The yellow up here is Butternut Squash from Gentle Arts. I did use DMC Black. I used, not sure what the white was. And the orange was Gentle Arts Carrot. So those are the colors that I used for it. So I do have an FO. I'm glad to have that done. And let me put this away real quick because it is windy and I don't want anything blowing away. I also have several things that I have been working on while we were traveling and while I've been here. One of the things is my anniversary piece, which I did get a few more stitches in, but I'm not getting anywhere with this. I'm not going to get this done by the 15th, I guarantee that. But this is what I've been working on. I did change the colors. I mentioned last time that I shot a video that I changed it to our wedding colors, which are grays, purples, and cream. So, and this is where I'm at with it. Right here, I got a few more of the hearts in, and then I got some of the stem of the tree in the green. So, I won't get this done in time for our anniversary on the 15th. In fact, we're going to be on the road starting Tuesday for a week. So there's no way I'm going to get this done, but I will eventually get it done sometime this month, and I will get it FFO'd and show my husband. He's probably going to see it before it gets finished. You know how that goes, especially when he's with me most times 24/7. Okay, right now we're in Williams, Arizona. I guess I should have said that. We're in Williams, Arizona in an RV park. It's a really nice RV park. It's called Railside RV. So if you ever come to the Grand Canyon, you need some place to stay, I would highly recommend this campsite. They are right next to the train tracks for the Grand Canyon Railroad. So you watch the trains come in and out when they're heading to the Grand Canyon. And if you want to ride the train, it's a walk. It is a walk from here to go over to the station to hop the train to go into the Grand Canyon, which is awesome. But the campground is really nice. It's clean. The sites are level. The people running it are really awesome. They have a hot tub, which our husband and I are going to enjoy when he gets back later on. They've got a sauna. They've got a game room, a book exchange. They have continental breakfast in the mornings, laundry facilities, dog washing facilities, a little gated dog run where you can let your dog go loose. So it's really nice. So Railside RV. If you're looking to stay up here, check that out. So anyway, we're going to be leaving here on Tuesday. And right now my husband is in town in Williams. He went to the little gifty stores to kind of look around, and I said I was going to stay here because I wanted to shoot this video and get it uploaded before we have to start worrying about getting situated to move. So that's not going to get done, but it will get done this month sometime. The second thing that I have been working on, and I was working on this on our travel days, was a mill hill kit in which I was beading. And I know you're saying, were you beading as you're moving? No, I'm not beading as I'm moving. I would do it in the evenings when we stop. So we would pull off on the road in New Mexico and in Arizona. They have what they call pull-off parking. So usually it's for truckers, and it's just, here comes the train. I'm sorry, it's going to be noisy. In fact, I'm going to flip you guys so you guys can see it. Hold on. Hopefully you guys can see that. Here comes the train. Sorry, it's probably deafening. Hopefully you guys got to see that. If it didn't show up in the video because I turned the camera, then I'll cut it out. But, sorry. Anyway, I was working on this kit, which is Monarch Butterfly. And this is the one that Jennifer Upton gifted to me a while back. And I have been working on it since she gave it to me. And it's been well over a year, and I'm still working on it. But I really got a swing of it now because I don't know how anybody else does these Mill Hill kits, but it drives me nuts that they mix all the beads together. I can't stand that. So I have to sit here and I have to separate all the beads, and so that I know where the colors are. So I took them all, I spent a whole night putting them in little bags with the different colors. So, and it takes forever to separate them because they're all mixed. So once I got that going, the beading became a lot easier to deal with. So this is where I'm at with it, and you can see it's coming along nicely, really pretty, and you can see that there's beads. If I flip it, do you see? I hope you guys can see all the beads, but I got the beads all up here and the butterfly wings up here. I'm working on these. I've got all these beads over here on the pink flower, so I'll probably continue to work on this while we travel when we leave Tuesday and we're on the road. So normally what we do, and I thought I started saying this before the train came, is we pull off. They have these things called parking areas, and they're for the truckers. And you can pull off, and it's not like a rest stop. There's no bathrooms, there's nothing. It's just a cut off and some area to park and then back onto the highway. Well, we use those to sleep overnight. So we boondock in them overnight because I don't want to find a campsite, pay 50 bucks a night, stay overnight, and then get up the next morning and take off again. So I'd rather pull off on the side of the road. We are fully sustained here. We have the generator, which is our electric. We have propane. We've got water on board. Don't need anything. We can last several days just running, you know, boondocking. They call it boondocking. So running on your own, running off the grid, and don't need any help. So we will do that on the way back east again. And I'll talk about that during my RV section of this thing. But glad to be working on that. I'm going to keep working on it. And then my last thing was my focus piece. So I said I was focusing on, sorry, I'm reaching down to get what I need. I'm focusing on Miss Christmas Eve, Mirabilia. So, and just to remind you all what she looks like, there she is there. I started her in Christmas Eve 2017, so we're coming up on 2 years. And this is one of my oldest whips. I really need to get this done. And so hopefully I can hold her where the wind doesn't blow her. As you can see, I've got quite a bit done. I've got all this green down here that you see. Sorry, there's a bee flying around. Okay. All this green down here you see, and all this red. And I will post a picture of what she looked like before here. Really see how much I've gotten done on her. So I'm not staying on her all the time because I'm working on, I feel like something's blowing away. I hear something. And you can see how windy it is with my hair. So I'm going to continue to focus on her until she's done. I'm going to be working on some other things here and there. But for the most part, I'm going to focus on getting her done. So now with that being said, I do want to start something new. So we'll see how that works out, and I'll show that in my purchases, what I want to start. But those are the things that I've been working on, so I'm really happy with the progress on all those, except for the anniversary piece, of course. And so, let's see, I also have been making the pincushion thread catchers. Now, I showed last video that I was making them, and I finally got some made to sell. In fact, I sold one to the Crafty cataloger. She has a Flosstube video, Katrina. So if you haven't watched her, make sure you go check her out. She is into music, and she's into books, and she has some lovely, lovely cross-stitch pieces and things she's working on. Really enjoy watching her. In fact, she hasn't shot a video for quite a while. She said she shot one in September. I don't remember. I'll have to go and look. But she took the whole summer off, and I asked her, I said, are you going to shoot a new video? Because we want to see what you're working on. So I was glad she contacted me to buy one of the thread catchers, the pincushion thread catchers. And now I'm going to show you what I have available. If you're interested, contact me. I will put my email address below in the description box, and tell me which one that you want, and I will hook you up. Now remember, I said I'm leaving Tuesday, which is the 8th, and we're heading on the road for about a week. So I won't be doing any mailing then. So if you want one, you can contact me before then. If this is after, still contact me, but I won't be able to mail it until we reach our destination. So this is what they look like. And there's different styles. So I want to show this because I'm not really selling this one, but I want to show the difference in the ones that I made. So, hold on, where's the other one? Oh, my bag is all down here. So this is a standard, what you would see as a standard one that I showed before. So it's got the pincushion on the top, and then the bag. And normally, you see how big the bag is. These are normally made for sewing or a craft or anything else that you have a lot of trash and stuff you want to throw away. So this one happens to be owls. It's the same one that I gifted to Jennifer Upton. And this one happens to be mine because I do a lot of sewing. But the ones I made for stitchers, the bag, push this one back out because it was crushed in there, is a lot smaller, so you can see, and it's perfect for a crafter, for a cross stitcher or a knitter. So if you knit, you're just putting your little threads in there. This one here is, it says Paris, France on it. You can see that. It's got the roses, it's got the butterfly, it's loaded with crushed walnut shells, so it's got a good solid base. This one, this is the only one like this, where the color of the inside of the basket wraps around to the front and around the sides, you can see. And it's got the pink inside, it's got the same fabric on there, and it will hang on either the edge of a table for you, so if you're at a craft retreat, if you have a stitching retreat or a sewing retreat or a yarn retreat or quilting retreat, they sit on the table and they hang off, and you can put your threads in there, or you can put it on the arm of your chair. That's how I like to do it. I put it on the arm of my chair and I throw my threads in there. So this is one, and this one has the pink edge to it. So that's one. And these all cost $14 plus shipping. So contact me. And it depends. If you're out of the country and you want it, I have to check on shipping prices, but I'll be glad to send it. But understand it probably weighs about 10 or 12 ounces. So whatever it would cost to ship to you, 10 or 12 ounces, because because of the walnut shells that have the weight to it. And I will also say each one of them will have this banding that makes it firm, the opening firm and stay open. Okay? So that's one. I have, and these are not filled because I'm not filling them until I sell them. So this one is woodsy with the bears in the wilderness, and it's got a tan like that, and then the basket. So that is a woodsy bear one, so we call that the bear one. And then we've got another of the same rose, this one here. Has the butterfly and the post stamp on it. It's in a blue, baby blue, and the baby blue matches the butterflies that are on it. And on the back it's got a nice big rose. And this one, sorry I keep reaching down because they're all down below me. This one again is the owl. And it's got a tan woodsy, it's got little deer and stuff on it, and then pink inside, and then the matching basket. And that's the owls. And then I made a little dinky one, and this has got birds on it, and it's very fall, and it's got a cardinal. And this is a little mini one. Now the little mini one is $12. And it's the same thing. It will be filled with walnut shells, and it will have the banding to hold it open. And this is perfect for a retreat. It's just a little dinky thing. You could throw it in your bag, it'd be perfect, and that's $12 plus shipping. I only made one of this size so far. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to raise a little money. We have not been able to locate any work camper positions for the winter, so we are going to head south into Kentucky, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So that's everything cross-stitch related except for my haul. Now, I did get a few things because, hold on, I thought I brought my phone out here. I didn't. I didn't bring my phone. I swore I brought my phone. I'm going to pause you guys for just a second. Okay, sorry about that. So one of the designs that I bought was a PDF, and it is from Little Dove Designs, and I'm hoping you guys can see this. It is a cute little Christmas sampler. I love it. I'm hoping that comes across. I can't tell from my screen because of the glare from the sun. But it is just gorgeous. Love it. I will post below the Etsy shop where that came from. Wasn't expensive at all. Really liked it. And I probably will start it, if not this month, then next month. I got a gift from a stitchy friend, Jen Upton. She sent me, she stitched this, which is the Sunshine Berry, and She was nice enough to gift it to me and sent it along as a pass along, so I'm looking forward to stitching that. Probably will start that too. I have purchased several of these berry patterns. In fact, I watched Jen's video yesterday or the day before, and she purchased the new Christmas ones, and I was like, I want those Christmas ones. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get those Christmas ones purchased because they are just too cute. One of them is Santa, and the other one, I can't remember. It's a saying, but I can't remember it, but it's so cute. So I do belong to the Silks for You Silk of the Month Club, and even though that I am on the road, I wasn't going to miss out on that, so I have them sent to the mail server, and then I have them forwarded, so I'm about a month behind in receiving. But these are the colors right here. Oh, it's so pretty. You can see they're really beautiful, beautiful, bright cherry colors, pinks and oranges and yellows. So love those. I know what I keep hearing. I keep hearing the chair next to me. It has one of those manufacturer tags, and it's wagging, and I keep thinking something blowing around, but it's not that. It's that tag. So anyway, there we go. Got a scent in the breeze. So it is Silks for You. Joe over at Silks for You is great to work with, and she sends it all in these little bags. Isn't that so cute? So you get them all nice and packaged, nice and neat, and you just can't beat the price. If you want to try silks, you haven't tried them before, or you just want to get some. She has two different Silk of the Month Club, and they're both awesome deals. Contact her. I will leave a link below for Joe so that you can look into getting Silks for You delivered month to month. And then these I got on the, eBay, and I was so thrilled because I had been collecting this series for a while, and I had one that I was missing, one in the series of these elves, and I found it at an awesome price, and this was the one, the Sleigh Keeper elf. So now I have all the elves in this series, and I really want to do these. They are so cute, and they're from Fancy That. And actually this was, I bought it as a twofer because two of them came together, and this is a duplicate for me, so I will probably be doing something with this. And I would guess probably a giveaway. I'm not going to do it today, so you're going to have to stay tuned. If you're interested in these elves and you're still looking for them, I'm going to give this one, the Tree Trimmer elf, away in a future video. So hang tight. So glad to have those. Can't wait to start stitching them. I have so many things I want to stitch, so many things. You have no idea. Well, I'm sure you do. You all feel the same way, don't you? You have like these tons of patterns you want to do, and I'm just going to throw this down right now. And it's like, when do you find the time to do them all? Even while I'm out here literally on vacation time, hubby and I are constantly running to see things, and I don't have time to sit and stitch that often. So it's really great right now that I can actually sit and do a video. If I haven't mentioned, this is my Sedona, Arizona shirt. Got that last time we were in Sedona, which was 3 years ago. So anyway, back to what I was saying. I don't have time to stitch, and there's so many things I want to do, and I want to get them all done. I have so many series. Lizzie Kate stand-up series. I think I have almost every single one of those. I've only got one done. I've got several of them in the RV with me, but I just haven't had the chance to start them. And I keep telling myself I'm not going to start anything new until I get some of these whips down. So I'm down to 14, right? So 10 and 4, 14 whips that I need to do. And I'm already talking about starting 2 more things. So not good at all. I have these big things and I need to get them done. So hopefully I will be able to get some of these things done. Yeah, I can't stitch while the RV's moving because it's just too bumpy and rocky, and especially when you stitch it on linen, forget it, you're not going to hit the hole. You're just not. I can sometimes get away with Ada or the Mill Hill if I'm doing just without the beads. I can sometimes get away with that, but still it's frustrating because every bump you hit, you're like, oh, that's not right, oh, that's not right. So I try not to stitch. I'll read. I can do that while he's driving, and I'll watch YouTube videos, and I'll watch Flosstube. So those are the things I do when we're traveling, because he does almost all of the driving, because I'm scared to drive. I'm scared to death to drive this big monster. I've tried it once. I lasted about maybe 45 minutes to an hour on a highway, And I was like a nervous wreck the entire time. So he's like, don't worry about it, I'll do the driving. So God forbid if something happens to him and we're in this thing, because I've hardly driven it, so I'll be in trouble. I can do it. If I was pushed to do it and I had to do it, I could do it, but I don't want to do it because it is very nerve-wracking. It is a huge box on wheels. So anyway, that's all my Stitchy stuff, so we'll just continue this conversation. If you're not here for RV stuff or life updates or any of that, I'll say goodbye to you now. Thank you so much for coming by and spending time with me and let me share my stitching with you. If this is your first time in my channel, I'm sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained today, and I appreciate you coming and watching. And if you've been here before, you know exactly what I'm like, so it's no big deal. Okay, so RV, so yeah, driving this thing is like driving an 18-wheeler, except you don't have as much weight as an 18-wheeler. An 18-wheeler weighs more than we do. We're still quite heavy, don't get me wrong, but the wind hits the side of this thing, you rock. You rock, you get pulled. And it can be a scary thing. So if it's too windy, you cannot drive. You have to pull off because it's an accident waiting to happen. But last time we left off on this trip, we were still in South Dakota. So I'm going to continue with what we were doing in South Dakota before I go on to what we're doing in Arizona. So in South Dakota, before we left, I told you that we were going to Custer State Park and we were going to go to the Buffalo Roundup. And boy, was that fun. That was exciting to see the buffalo, a herd, hundreds. They say there's 1,000 to 1,400 buffalo on the reserve. To see them, 1,000 buffalo charging over a hill and heading down to the corrals, because there are cowboys on horses and people in pickups too, and they don't get actively involved, but they stay behind to keep track of what's going on. Coming down the hill with all those buffalo was exciting to see. Now, I did take some pictures, and I have to say, we didn't have the best spot because it was mobbed. And you had to be on a hill to see it, and you only had to be in certain areas where they had it blocked off for us to be safe. And so we didn't have the best view. And when everybody stood up to watch as they come over the hill, I'm shooting through people, because even though we're on a hill, we're on almost the flat part when it's just starting to go down. So didn't have a fabulous view, but it was still a thrilling experience for us. So I am going to include right here some video that I shot of the buffalo, and also some pictures of the Buffalo Roundup. So isn't that cool? Isn't that exciting to see that? And to see it up close and to watch it was just incredible. So really love Custer State Park. We had such a grand time driving through it. I have other pictures of the actual park and all the animals that we saw, so I'll post that here. and I'm so glad that we got to experience all the things we got to experience there at Custer State Park. It was a great time. I hope someday that we go back, because I really would like to spend a couple days in the park at different times, because the park is wide open. It's not like a normal park where it's gated and it closes at night. This park is open 24/7, and they have a throughway because there's a highway there. So if you go through the highway, you do not have to buy a pass. But if you go off the beaten path of that highway to go into any area of the park, you have to have a pass, and they check vehicles driving by them to make sure that you have the pass in the windshield. So it's really cool that you can go through there anytime you want to check out the park. So definitely want to go back to South Dakota and check out Custer again. So after we did that, I believe that's the day before. That was Friday. Friday we went to the Buffalo Roundup. Saturday, I can't remember what we did Saturday. And then we left on Sunday. I can't remember what we did on Saturday. But we did head out of South Dakota on Sunday, which was, I think, October 1st. And it took us 3 days to get down here to Arizona. Like I said, we're in Williams, Arizona, right outside of the Grand Canyon. We did go to the Grand Canyon. I'm going to show those pictures here in a minute. But we came down. It was awesome. We spent almost 8 hours on the road every day for the 3 days to get down here, which was just crazy because, again, if you drive in this big box, it takes a toll on you. It's a lot. It is a lot. So we were exhausted. By the time we got here, we had enough. We were tired. So we've been enjoying checking out the area, checking out the town. Good morning. Welcome to Williams, Arizona. After 3 days of travel, we have finally arrived in Williams, Arizona. As you can see behind me, the RV is there. You saw my husband walking up. And we're in a campsite in Williams. We'll be here for a week. We decided to stay for an entire week after 3 days of up and down the mountains and all the craziness with that. Quite difficult because we are in a very large, as you can see, box on wheels, 38-foot motorhome that is gas. It's not diesel, so it does take a little longer to get up and down the mountains. We did have to unhook when we went through Raton Pass because we felt that it was too high and too much of a strain on the RV to pull the 5,000-pound Jeep. So we did drive separately up and down that, and I'm glad to be settled somewhere. I did injure my back somehow yesterday when we got here. I think I pinched a nerve or something in my lower back, so I'm in pain all last night and again this morning. But it's getting better. It's getting better, so we will get out and about today. And we also, unfortunately, cracked the windshield in the Jeep when we were driving separately. A rock came up and hit right in the middle of the windshield, the driver's side. And by the time that we had gotten here, it ran the crack the entire length of the windshield. So we do have people coming tomorrow, Safe Light. Yeah, I think that's what they're called. They're coming to replace the windshield tomorrow, which is great. We don't have to worry about that. They'll come directly here to us. And of course, because we're state of Florida residents, we have no deductible, no nothing. They come and fix that for free, which is great. And as you can see, it's quite breezy here right now. It is probably in the 40s, high of 69, which is awesome. Can't wait for beautiful weather today. And we're going to get out and about. We have plans to do Grand Canyon probably Friday, so we're looking forward to that. And I will touch base with you during that time. We're heading for breakfast right now. They serve breakfast here, continental breakfast at this particular resort. So we're heading off to breakfast. See you guys later. Bye. And visiting different things. And we went to the Grand Canyon. I want to say it was, what's today? Sunday, Saturday, Friday? So Friday we went to the Grand Canyon. We had an awesome time at the Grand Canyon. We did a lot of walking, and I shot not only the video that I showed you at the beginning, but I shot other video and pictures, and I will post those here. Welcome to the Grand Canyon.
No, pues se lo tira. Pues que se piensa que es la ventana de tren y yo qué sé, si no es. A mí también. Y si son billetes. ¡Mira, corre!
Cázalo. Cázalo. De cerca. Ahora de cerca. No, para lo que da este objetivo.
We're at they call it the Desert View Tower at another section of the Grand Canyon. As you can see, there's people below us there, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to tilt down so you're going to see people. It's just absolutely beautiful. What a perfect day to come and view this. Isn't that view spectacular? Spectacular view. It's a must-see for anybody who comes out to the West. You have to stop at the Grand Canyon. It is just an awe-inspiring view to see. And I have to tell you, the second part of this awesome trip is when we did this trip 3 years ago, there was a little squirrel that came running up to us that was the most, and I wish I had gotten pictures of it then, of the most adorable squirrel. He came running up to us doing this with his hands, like gimme, gimme. Oh my God, my husband and I almost hit the floor when we saw it. We're like, oh my God. And I didn't have anything to give him when he did that. Now, you're not supposed to feed them. They ask you not to feed them. I didn't have anything then to feed them, but I had something this time because I knew that if I went back to that same spot, I would find those squirrels again. And we did. It took a little time for them to come out, but boy, did they come out. So we brought them shelled peanuts, so I made sure that they were shelled peanuts and they were safe for them, and we had a ball feeding them. So I don't think I got any video. If I got video, I did get video. No, I take that back. I got video of my husband feeding one of them, and I'll post that along with the pictures that I took of the squirrels here.
There you go. You're not supposed to feed them.
Yep.
I appreciate that part, Cup.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, I know. I'm not giving him anything that's going to hurt him. Huh? We're not giving you anything back. Oh, and you got your mouth full of stuff, huh?
He's so chunky. They bite.
Yeah, they do. That's why we ain't putting our hands down there. Using your shadow again.
Okay. You want a nut? One nut? Come here.
Here.
Oh, there you go. Good catch. Good catch.
Is that good?
That's
I
enough.
can't give you no more. I can't give you no more. No. What you doing, huh? Hmm? You like begging? Come on, say I want more. You gonna eat what you got? Huh? You gonna eat what you got? You can have my phone. My phone's not any interest to you. No. Oh, another one.
Oh, way smaller.
Oh, don't chase her. Don't chase her away. Hey. He's like, get away. They're not getting anything from them.
Yeah.
Hey.
Sure did. Chase it right away, didn't it? Get out of here. These are my
Come
nuts.
back. What are you doing?
Good little guy.
He is. He's enjoying those nuts. Hmm. What are you doing? What you got? What you got?
God's like a rat.
Huh? What you got? You can't get anything out of my bag, okay? I'm telling you right now. There ain't nothing in there for you.
Oh, did you size this thing?
Oh my gosh.
Hey, 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 hey!
Oh, they'll bite you.
Hey, I got Dustin. Aren't they so damn cute? They're just so adorable, and they're so people friendly. And I regret that I was unable to get pictures of them when they were running around my feet. One of the pictures you'll see my foot, the boot of the toe of my shoe where he is. But let me tell you something. This squirrel who wanted something from me jumped up in my lap. I was sitting on a rock as I was talking to them, and he jumped right in my lap and looked up at me, and he's like, give me. I'm like, I have nothing. I've got nothing. I gave it all. And the most funniest part, besides that, was that you'll see the pictures of the big chunky one, okay? He was mean to the other squirrels because he did not want them around. So every time one of the female squirrels came up to try to get a nut, he would chase them through the rocks and away from us, and then come back around to us again. It was so freaking cute. So we had an awesome time. I was so glad we got to see the squirrels. And then right when we were leaving the park, because we drove everywhere in this park looking for elk. Because you're supposed to be able to see the elk. Last year we found them really easy because they were right where the people were. This time, as we were exiting the park, right as we were almost out of the park, there they are. The big male elk with his rack on his head, and I think it was 3 females. There was a couple of babies right at the side of the road. I was thrilled to pieces, and I shot video and I took pictures, and I'm going to post those here. Yep, I'm not moving, people. You can go. You can go. I'm not moving.
It's just crazy.
Yep. Isn't that awesome? Beautiful, beautiful animals. Oh, I was so thrilled to be able to see them, even though there were cars going by as I was trying to take pictures because I was on the opposite side of where they were on. It was spectacular. So we were so thrilled to be able to see the elk. So we did take a drive again this morning, and we didn't get a chance to see any elk. We went through some of the mountain areas, out away from people, the dirt roads and stuff, and went looking to see if we find anything. The only thing we did see was a coyote. He was on the dirt road ahead of us. He ran across and started taking off through a field as we got up to the spot where he was. Unfortunate, well, it's not unfortunate, it's part of life. He had gotten hold of something, was eating it, but the intestines of the animal was sitting on the middle of the road, and he took off with whatever else he had. So it was really exciting. So I'm going to pause you for a second because my hubby just pulled up. Okay, so Randy just pulled up with the Jeep, so I was talking to him for a few minutes. So where are we going? So come Tuesday we are leaving. Before I discuss that though, let's talk about our trip here, because I know sometimes people think that this is an all glamorous kind of thing. Oh, you're traveling the whole country and it must be nice to be able to afford to do those kind of things. And I will tell you that, number one, we work as we do it. So it provides some income. We do have some cash in the bank, but it does help pay our way. Like I said before, we haven't found any jobs for the winter, so we are on our own dime right now, so to speak. But there's also, it's really stressful at times, especially in the travel times for both of us. The last 3 days when we traveled down, the roads were so horrible going through, I want to say it was New Mexico and part of Arizona here, that this poor RV took quite a beating because it does not have the airbags in the shocks like a lot of the RVs do. So it was a rough ride. It was a rough ride, and the RV took a beating. By the time we have gotten here, there is a compressor that's meant for airbags in one of the compartments, and it actually broke loose and fell because of all the bumping and jarring that went on. I'm really surprised that we did not jar loose the microwave again, because that happened in the past where we hit so many rocky bumps that the actual microwave started to fall. So this time that didn't happen. But lots of other things happen while you're traveling when you're in an RV. Excuse me. When we got here, we brought the slides out and realized that the awnings that are over the slides are starting to get rot and they're starting to tear. So we had to repair 3 of those with tape to hold them together for us. All different sorts of things happen along the way, you know, as far as the wear and tear on the vehicle coming and going on the interstate. So I just wanted you guys to know it's not an easy trip. Now we have a week-long trip. We are heading for Kentucky. It's going to take us about 6 days. And we've decided that we'll do 3 days on the road, boondocking at night, and then we're pulling off and we're going to get a spot, an RV spot, so we can open up. We can clean everything, do laundry, we take showers while we're on the road, but not as long of a shower. So now we have to be, when we're on the road and we're boondocking in a parking spot, we have to take quick showers. We want to conserve water as much as possible because we don't want to use up all we have and not be able to flush the toilet or use the sink or any of those other things. So yeah, 6 days would be too long without making a stop where we could refill water, we could empty the black tanks and do all those things that we need to do. So we will do that somewhere along the way. We will stop and take an overnight somewhere so we can recoup for the night. Because it's a lot of stress and anxiety on the two of us, and especially Randy, because he's doing the driving, and to be able to stop and take a break. So we are heading to Kentucky. For the time being, when we get to Kentucky, we're going to stay in Kentucky. Randy's mother is not doing well. She's starting to show signs of dementia, and we want to be close to her and make sure that she's taken care of. So our RV adventures for the time being are going to come to a halt once we get to Kentucky. Now, we will stay. We've reserved an RV spot for at least 2 months in Kentucky, close to her residence. And in that time, we will probably start hunting for jobs and start looking for a home to either rent or buy. So we will stay in Kentucky. So not saying that our RV adventures are over for good. That's not true. I'm sure that once things settle down and we are able to take that freedom leap again, we will, and we'll hit the road again in our RV. But I will say that we've enjoyed our adventures. It's been lots of fun. It's been an experience to see all the things that we have seen. I'm going to miss it. But we're going to take care of family first because that's what comes first. And we will be there. So the great thing about being in Kentucky is, number one, we already know the area because Randy grew up there, so not a big deal. He has family there, so he'll be able to spend a lot of time with his family. And number two, I'll be a lot closer to keepsakes and going to the retreat and StitchCon next June because I'll only be 3 hours away. So I'm excited. My husband's laughing his behind off next to me right now because he didn't think I knew that. So yes, come StitchCon, I will be 3-hour drive away from Cincinnati, Ohio. So I will definitely be there. I will not miss it. And I will be up there before then. Trust me, I will make that drive before then to see Pam and Steph and Nicole and all the other people at Keepsakes. So I'm excited. I guess that's all for now. I can't think of anything else. I will shoot some video, maybe from the road, let you know where we're stopped, how we're doing, what's going on, and let you see where we're going to be for the next couple months in Kentucky. And then, of course, you know I'll still be doing things in Kentucky you guys can see, because you know I'm going to be hitting Cumberland Falls, not too far from where we're staying in Somerset. And other adventures that are in Kentucky, we're going to hit the Ark. So we've been wanting to do that since we found out that it was there in Kentucky. So we will definitely be taking a drive to see the Ark. I think it's called the Ark Encounter. So that'll be exciting. I'll make sure that I take you to see that for those of you who can't travel to see it. Try to shoot some video from the inside and the outside and let you see what that experience is all about. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss any of my adventures. And I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, I did forget to mention one thing because it is October. A couple months ago, I did inform you about a sale that Erica at Black Cat Stitchery was running on Sulky Threads. That does end at the end of this month. So, if you still haven't purchased Sulky Threads and you're interested in learning what they're all about, Erica's running a sale. It is 15% off Sulky Threads. On her website, use the code SULKY15, all in caps, and she will give you 50% off your order. Make sure that you don't forget that that ends October 31st. So don't waste any time and get over to her website and get those ordered before the sale ends. So I want to thank Erica for offering that discount to all my subscribers. And again, we're going to say goodbye, but I wanted to make sure that I did not forget to mention that to you guys. And we will see you next time. Bye.